Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. The best bits.
I was looking at Instagram yesterday and I found a competition in South Korea, excuse me, that I reckon we could all win.
What is it?
I'll play you the audio.
I think we might have just found one of the world's strangest competitions, because this year South Korea held its 10th annual Space Out competition, where contestants compete to do absolutely nothing. Contestants have to zone out for 90 minutes without falling asleep or checking their phones. And the winner is determined by votes from the audience watching, as well as their heart rate to check who has the most stable one among the 10. The competition was started 10 years ago by a visual artist that goes by the name Luttsy to protest against a culture that demands constant productivity after she suffered severe burnout. So, do you think you could win this competition?
Yes.
It's like meditation almost, isn't it?
Yeah, you just got to sit there with a constant heart rate.
Remove yourself
and not
from
be
your
on
environment.
and not be on your phones.
Yeah. I bet you that'd be harder than you would think.
Yeah, and you can't talk.
It's interesting they can monitor you because, I mean, you could sit there and just look at the ground, but you've got to have that stable heart rate,
The
don't you?
thought process, because that could lift your heart rate, right? If you start panicking or...
Yeah.
Can you sleep?
No, you can't
No,
fall
you're
asleep.
not allowed
I
to
said.
sleep.
You
So
can't fall
you've got to
asleep.
sort of keep you cool, but you can't be sitting there going, God, I'm bored right now.
Yeah.
I want to check my phone or whatever because...
You can't do it. I was talking
Is
to
that what
someone.
the idea is?
Yeah. I was talking to someone yesterday who was talking about making more time for that, because how often when you have spare time, I know I just hang on.
Yeah, do it into the microphone again.
Sorry, I apologise for that. That was very unprofessional.
Let's go, try turning
There's
your
a cough
microphone
mute.
Oh,
That cough mute button. Try it.
did it work?
No, I don't think it went through.
I don't think, but there's 3 other microphones on here that corner.
Oh, right.
That's a loud one.
How often though, when you have spare time, do you just sit and think with your thoughts? I never do. I don't want to sit with my thoughts ever. So I always just jump on my phone.
Or something. Television. Something's always got you, hasn't it?
So this would be good. I reckon, 90 minutes, just nothing.
That meditation stuff, like there's something in that,
There is.
you know. In fact...
What?
Oh, no,
What's in it?
well, Jodie, like she meditates every morning. She gets up and
I know, she's been sending me
she
stuff on
does a meditation every morning. And she just went to a work conference last week, where, down at Salt over the weekend actually, with
Kingscliff.
at Kingscliff. Beautiful. Stayed down there Saturday
Yeah, been
night.
there,
It's magnificent. With what's his name? We've had him on the show.
Todd Sampson.
Todd Sampson.
Todd Sampson.
Not Scotty Sattler. with Todd Sampson.
The Gruen transfer.
Oh, I saw a photo of Jodie with him on something.
Oh well.
Here we go.
Oh,
She's in trouble.
but
That's what I thought too, actually.
He's an impressive man.
Isn't he?
who, me or Todd?
Not you.
Oh, Todd.
She's no, but she is. She came back like gushing about Todd and him talking about the benefits of meditation and self enhancement through being able to do those type of things, like, and not just not wishy washy, but scientific based evidence that shows you that this is the way to lead a better life.
Yeah.
Like it is a way to better yourself, to make yourself more peaceful and all of those type of things.
Especially more so since phones and computers and things. I think like life is a lot busier now than it was when we were kids, wasn't it?
A lot more distractions.
There's so many distractions coming into your brain. I heard it's really bad for your brain not to be able to stop
Yes.
and just sit
I definitely would be.
And,
Wouldn't it?
and
your
just chill.
thoughts.
Yeah.
and just see. And then does he talk about things coming in? And you talk about it, Ash, I know before, but the person I was speaking to yesterday about thoughts coming in and out and hearing them, but letting them.
And just staying unattached.
Yeah.
I'm going off what,
Letting them go out.
Yeah,
observing the thoughts,
Yes.
but then just not staying attached to them, and just and just being able to, oh, okay, that's interesting, and then to let it go. Like, it's one of those things that it sounds easy to do, but it's really hard to put into practice.
Yeah.
I love how the Koreans have made it a spectator sport, though. That's the nuts bit of it.
Yeah.
And a competition.
Do nothing
At
in
the
a
same
stadium.
time.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. The best bits.
So last year when I was over at the Athletics in Budapest, I was seeing those flat boats. You know the ads you see on television? They for some reason market it to 90-year-olds.
You've been talking about doing one of them.
And I want to do it. Like, they look great. In my mind, I don't
For
even
10
know.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my
Since I've been
mind,
here.
I don't even know if this is true, but, like, you know, you're in Germany, you have a big day out at, you know, Oktoberfest or something, jump back on the boat, have a nice night's sleep, and you wake up in Austria.
Yeah.
You know?
And they've all got really nice cabins, I see.
Yeah,
They all
and
eat
little balconies.
and drink
and
nice food, drink nice drinks.
I think it's all inclusive. So, you eat at the restaurant.
And they're not big. They're not tall, rather, because they
No,
have to
they're
fit
like-
under all the bridges that they go.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like 2 levels.
Yes.
I think, by the look of it. Anyway,
Yeah. But to be fair, I reckon it's been 10 years that you've been going, I
Yeah.
want to do one of them.
I reckon I'll do it in the next year as well. But
And
anyway, so
but he says that despite you look at the ads, and everyone on the ad looks 75.
no, it's marketed
least.
completely for.
I think because it's expensive. Is that why it's marketed to really old people?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at
Oh, okay.
prices and that. But anyway, I convinced Mum to do it because she hasn't had a holiday in a while, and because Dad's now in respite, so he can't travel anymore, unfortunately. But my Mum needed a holiday, and she's down at Burnborough, and she's got Heather and Ozzy next door that she gets along famously with.
Yes.
And so that and then Auntie Mari, who's up north.
Oh, yeah.
Mum and her get along famously. So anyway, long story short, they've done it. They took off, I think, a couple of days ago. Went through the travel agency and everything, and got all their flights, and in one of the packages, some included some business class flights. I don't think Mum's ever flown business class before, so I had photos of her in the Emirates, for some reason she's sitting in a business class seat dressed up as an Emirates flight attendant.
It looks so
She
cute.
got the hat on and the scarf going over her, all beautifully. Then there's another photo of her sleeping in business class.
Who's
and
taking these
drinking
photos?
wine in business class. I think Auntie Mari must be taking them. I haven't seen any photos of Mari.
Can you imagine her in business class chatting to everyone and chatting to the stewards and everything?
She would not stop. She wouldn't even want to sleep.
I'm surprised she was asleep. Yeah.
I think it was a photo they just took for the, Okay, we got it. Okay, now back up and start talking to people again.
probably, yeah.
It literally would have been that.
Yeah, straight into it. Yeah. So then David left 4BC and he
She
started
honestly
at
would
Triple M.
be.
Yes.
She honestly would be going through my history and everything else.
They call him Luttsy, but he's David to me.
And so I set up before we left at North the other night. I set up a WhatsApp group and explained how to use that. So, myself and with Brad, my brother and my niece. And so now we're just getting photos. Like, I haven't even checked this morning.
So
but
cute.
yesterday the photo was they've arrived in Amsterdam. A group photo in Amsterdam.
Careful.
And well,
Her Amsterdam's experience is going to be so different.
so
to
that's what
yours.
my brother said.
Can't help you on this one, Mum.
Because she goes, yesterday was busy. We went to, we got there and we went to the ice spa, one of those spas where you put your jackets on and
yeah.
everything. And then we went on a canal cruise and I'm like, that's exactly the day I'd have in Amsterdam. And then my smart ass brother said, oh, what about the red light district, mate? You'd be there all day.
Shut up, Brad.
Shut up, Bradley.
So she's not on the
Not yet. So
right.
today she's got onto so there's a photo of I've got the Amsterdam hotel, and then I've got we've just had a lovely dinner on board the boat. We sail at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Still in port at Amsterdam at the moment. Anne Frankhouse was amazing. Quite sad to think she died at 16 years by the Nazis after hiding there with her family for 2 years. So I'm getting a bit of historical references
Yeah,
of
that's
Anne Frank as well. And she's now on the boat.
How long is she on that boat for?
It's like a 3-week trip.
Wow.
She should give us a little travel
Yes.
blog, but like a verbal one that we can play on the show.
She kind of is
Yeah.
through these WhatsApp groups, so maybe I'll just take bits off that and
But
give you a bit of a diary.
I was going to say, Auntie Mari's the radio lady from up north. She's been on the radio, so she's excellent on the radio.
Well, so is Mrs. Luttrell. She's
yes,
a frustrated
I mean, Mrs.
radio.
Luttrell's better.
Yes,
If she's
yes.
listening, you're
But
better.
Auntie
She
Murray
is.
had her own show on some community radio.
She had her own show.
In the middle of nowhere.
And your mum will be filthy if you hand the power over to Auntie
I'll
Murray
imagine
to
that.
come on air.
No way, Jose.
But so is it like you said? Like, do they go overnight, travel overnight, and then rock into a new place? Or?
The next one will tell us because she's at that point now, so we'll see what happens, whether she's in a new wakes up in a new country.
Imagine if it turns to disaster.
No, you won't. It'll be
Don't
awesome.
even.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. The best bits.
Have you ever injured yourself just doing something like just something so mundane? You know,
Well,
Yes.
the worst one I did was, it was not that mundane. I was racing. I was running in the beach, but literally my 2 kids were little. They were like, I think 10, 11. I remember I raced them to the water and I tore my calf muscle.
Oh.
Do you mean like that? I was on crutches, remember?
I've slowly torn my calf sleeping. I've woken up
Oh.
cramping
oh,
and
good. Yeah,
Okay,
go
that's-
on.
100%. Well, I did that last year. This year.
What did you do? You tore
Well,
your
I just
calf.
woke up and my calf was cramping, and I've pretty much, for a couple of weeks I was limping on it.
Oh,
Sleeping.
Well, I got.
Doesn't any better than that.
I think I got a sleep related. I wasn't sleeping injury this morning. Like I woke up this
You were
morning
in bed.
naked.
Don't know
the way I do it.
Don't know why that's relevant, but keep going.
Alarm clock's gone off.
Or is it?
And I every morning. What do? You stretch. I stretch.
Oh, I can't do that anymore.
I put
Cramp in a heartbeat.
I put my arms up. I've done a big stretch, and as I did it, I've done something to like in my rib cage here, like where I just went, oh, what the hell? And now it's like I've busted a rib or something. Like when I take a big breath, I feel it. It's like this piercing pain.
You can't have popped a rib breathing.
No, I know.
But you might have done some.
It's not that bad,
ligaments.
but it's like
Cartilage, I reckon. Maybe
Cartilage,
torn
is
a
it?
bit of cartilage.
I've done my cartilage.
Heartlage?
I've done
Torn a bit of heartlage?
I've done my
Threw that in there, I
heartlage.
reckon.
Stretching in bed.
I didn't hear it.
Like I've done a stretching injury in bed. Like it was the first thing that happened to me this morning. Yeah.
Well, it's on the wrong side, isn't it?
No, it's on the wrong side.
That's
so-
good. Otherwise, you'd be
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw Ash out in the balcony this morning having coffee, and you were like, oh,
Yeah.
and you couldn't barely pick up your coffee cup. And you
I
were,
know.
oh, my.
It's like it's not. It's like it's. I was going to go to the gym today. I'm like, I don't think I could do anything. Like I'm dead set, like crippled over here from stretching
in bed, naked.
in bed.
I'm trying to think what other injuries I've had. Surely I've had injuries.
Just dumb, mundane injuries. It's like if you like.
The biggest injuries I do are just literally waking up for a big weekend. Like I feel like I've played a game of football. I'll have bruises. I'll have torn muscles, literally just from drinking all weekend.
I did my
Yeah.
calf muscle at Magic Round trying to jump over
There you go.
like 2 rows of seats. So like we're kind of on the edge near the stairs.
Yeah.
And rather than walking across a bunch of people, I like try to leap over 2 rows of seats,
You can't
cracked
do
my
that.
shin on
Exactly.
the concrete and pulled my calf muscle.
That's like, remember when I did that DJ thing the other night when I was
Yeah, how did
rehearsing,
you not do a
getting,
injury
because I had to
there?
sort of go under the,
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you call that framework to get into the stage?
Yeah.
But when I was
It's
rehearsing,
like a boxing ring. A
Yeah.
metal boxing
Yeah.
ring.
when I was actually rehearsing for it, I was rolling into the ring. I was diving and doing a commando roll and jumping up. But then on the night,
There was people there.
everyone said, don't do it in case. What if I rolled in and tore something and couldn't stand up?
And you could,
And I was
and
like,
you just sort of,
Clear the dance floor. You've got paramedics
Yeah,
coming
I
in.
know.
that
So I
would have
thought-
been terrible, but it would have lived on forever too. The
You didn't
footage
even
of
press
that.
play.
It wouldn't have been worth it, would it?
Didn't Jolly on Pearchester
Madam
run down
Butterfly,
and
scream over before it started.
Didn't Cam Munster do the groin injury that has him out of Origin in the shower? Didn't he slip in the shower?
Yes,
And that
yes,
started that
yes.
injury?
Oh, yes.
Or
Yeah.
stepping out of the shower.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, quote unquote. That's how they said he did it.
Ian Thorpe did an injury like that too. Ian Thorpe broke
Well.
his scapula, which we spoke about the other day on Smarter Than Suze, which is your shoulder blade.
What was he doing?
He fell over in the shower.
Come on, Ian.
He fell over in the shower and he broke his
Come
scapula.
on, Ian.
Hang on, we're getting some calls. Lauren out of Stafford. Yep. What are we talking
Hey.
about? Dumb injuries? Like what happened? How'd you pick up?
I was driving and I'd stopped the car and I'd left my bag on the front seat and I was trying to pull it and it wasn't coming and I kept pulling and pulling really hard and I didn't realise that it was caught in like where the seatbelt is.
Yeah.
And I pulled it that hard and it smacked me in the eye and gave me a black bruise, like I'd been punched in the eye. I got a few questions at work that
Yeah,
day.
you're going to say at work, like, no, honestly, it was my handbag in the car. Yeah, sure it
It's
was.
so believable too, my handbag.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
that's a shocker.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. The best bits.
Ash has got a rib injury from yawning and stretching.
Yeah.
Not much to it, so we're looking for the dumbest injuries, 13, 24, 10.
God, I hope that's not what it comes to, Susan.
No, I reckon.
All of a sudden you can't stretch anymore. You can't yawn. From
Dislocate
fear
your
of hurting
jaw.
yourself. Oh, yeah.
Yawning.
Yes, Julie. What happened to you?
Good morning. In my 20s, obviously on a budget, I was shopping and went to buy a big piece of broccoli, and the stem was bigger than the piece of broccoli, so I went to snap it off, and I sprained my wrist.
That's pretty funny.
But the worst part is I was a remedial therapist, and I worked for myself, so I had to have 2 weeks off work,
Oh, you have to give yourself.
all for saving about $1 on some broccoli.
Oh, that's
And they
awesome.
tell you to eat healthy.
Hey, what's the lesson in that?
Vicky. Yes, Vicky.
Hey, how you going?
All right. What happened?
I was cleaning my windows and they're the sliding aluminium windows that you pop out. And I'd
popped it out and I rested it where the gap was, where it should be, and I turned around to get my cleaning stuff, and I turned back around and the wind flew it at me, and it cut my head. I've got a good Harry Potter scar. Nearly knocked me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what? You popped the window out and then the wind smashed into your face. Ugh.
Jeez, that's pretty full.
Brutal.
There's some pretty good injuries here.
Can
Renee.
they be more fun than that one?
This one's fun. This one's fun, Renee. What happened to you?
So I suffered night terrors after I had my second child, and I was having a night terror, and I thought someone was after me, and I ran down the stairs. But I ran so fast that I tripped over my foot, broke my foot, went through the wall, and split my head open.
See, that's the type of fun we're looking for.
Can you laugh about it now, Renee?
You laugh now.
Well, I can, but actually, I just remembered I did a second one. I was at a click and collect, and I had a hire car because I'd run my car into something. That's another story. But I was very sleep deprived, and I'd never used the boot before, and it was a really heavy boot. And I remembered I had to throw the boot down quite heavy. But you know that little metal bit at the back of the boot? I threw that straight onto my face and split my head open.
Well, how?
So now I've got 2 scars on my face.
I don't quite get that one. So your head was inside the boot and you slammed the boot shut.
So she must have had hair.
No, you know how you push it really quick, but I sort of threw it like you throw you back down to push it down.
Yeah.
So my head got in the way, and I looked up at the same time.
Yeah, you're a dummy for that.
Susie only has car boots where you press it and it closes for her.
True. That is actually true.
She asked Smithers to close her.
Even the manual.
Close the boot, Smithers.
Samantha.
Yes, so good morning, guys. So what happened to me is I've done it twice, and I've actually shut my head in the car door. So the first time was 24 years ago. I was bringing my newborn baby home. You know, we're in the car park, putting him in the capsule, and then we went to take off, and I forgot to shut my door, and I leaned out and I crushed my head. Oh. And then 3 weeks ago, we were celebrating my 50th early at the Dolphins, and the girls were in the car park leaving, and the girls were, oh, my God, it's the scenario players. And I'm like, oh, my God, get me out of here. And I shut my head in the door again that hard. I ended up in hospital overnight with MRIs and everything and a concussion.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so hence I'm not going anywhere near anyone. For my birthday, I'm going up to Port Douglas, Suffolk.
Oh, wow. Happy 50th.
Yeah, shut my head in the door twice.
Stay away from cars.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. The best bits.